everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now today we have a very special video to share with you guys in the form of the big reveal, the big announcement of our flagship product, not just of 2019, but in my opinion of our entire portfolio of poured silver. And they take the form of these solid silver spherical planet Earths and fully functioning orbiting moon sets. To coin a phrase, I am over the moon with how these have come out. Really thrilled to bring these to you all here today, and I think it represents kind of the pinnacle of what we've wanted to achieve here in the Backyard Bullion household for 2019, in fact for all the time we've been doing poured silver. So we're going to showcase these for you here today. A few thank yous to say as well to Dad, to Mrs. Backyard Bullion, and some friends and family too. And to just let you know that these are now available. At the time of filming, we've had 5 of these already sold in pre-order. So there is a link down in the description below to my website where you can see these. We ship internationally, worldwide. So if you are in America or Canada or wherever you may be, we can get one of these sets to you if that is something you would want. Now, the best and most cost-efficient way of getting hold of one of these is to email me directly. I'll put my email here. Hopefully I've done it, byb@backyardbullion.com, and there's also that down in the description. So email me directly and we can work out a banks transfer or PayPal fee less payment. So bear that in mind if you go have a look through onto the website. So these are, as I said, fully functioning orbiting Earth and Moon sets, and I'm really thrilled with the way they've turned out. These have been in the works for an awful long time, and we've been working with Dad to create these absolutely stunning boards. Mrs. Backyard Bullion has put in a lot of time, energy and effort into the R&D side of things to make sure that things look as good as they possibly can be. She's like my sounding board as if she was a customer. So she's she's the one that looks at these things when I make the prototypes and thinks, what would I like to see as a customer? What would I want to see as a customer? So a huge thank you to Dad and to Mrs. Backyard Bullion and to all our friends and family who've been sounding boards for this and other projects throughout time as well. We really do appreciate it. Now, these are the Mark II Planet Earths. And I say that because for those of you who've been watching our channel for a long time, you'll probably remember last year we did a limited edition run of 25 Planet Earths on a little tiny wooden display board that Dad had made. And they were around the same size as this moon that we see here, about the 5-ounce mark. Now we've upped the ante on this Earth, and I'm really, really happy with the way that it's turned out. These are, as you can see, big chunky monkeys around the 12.2 ounce mark. I think the heaviest one is 12.36, the lightest one is about 12.2. So there's a little bit of variation in weight, which I find fascinating considering it's the same 2-part graphite mold. And we did it with a graphite mold to try and get that kind of regularity, that consistency between the pieces so that each one would look as close to the same as possible. So I find that quite interesting. But I really love this size. I know they're a big set. I know, the price tag because of the amount of work and the amount of silver that's in here, especially with the amount of work that Dad has put in on these boards, which we'll have a close look at in a moment. We appreciate that these are not cheap sets for people to look to buy, especially this time of year at Christmas. And on that note, I just want to say, if there is somebody out there who's looking at these and really, really wants to get hold of one, we're more than willing to accommodate things like deposits to then clear out balances in the new year. Or if you are really, really desperate to get one of these, we can look to work out a payment plan over time. So, just get in touch. We understand that they're not cheap sets, which is one of the reasons why we've only made 10 of them. I was keen to do 25 of these again, but 10 seems to be the best number because I can't fit any more than 10 on the table at once. So, it is what it is. If you are interested, as I said, there's a link down in the description to our website. Now, the whole package comes, we wanted to really push the boat out with these and do something a little bit different. So we've gone a number of different ways with some different elements. One of those is the certificate of authenticity, which you see here. Now this is printed on some really nice aluminium sort of printer. You can get some things printed on aluminium these days, and this is what we've come up with. Now this little photograph of the moon here is actually one that I took myself when we were in Malaysia on holiday in 2015, and I really love that photo. It's one of my all-time favourite photos that I've taken of the moon. Now, obviously, I can't take a photograph of the Earth. I've just pulled that one off Google Images, but hey-ho, that is what it is. But we like this. This is really cool. It's nice and solid. And you might be thinking, what on earth is this spike doing here in the middle of this? Well, I shall explain, because when we were coming up with the idea of these, and I really wanted to do a big planet Earth when we did the small planet Earth last time, I thought, you know, a bigger version of this planet Earth I think would really show off some of the details of the continents and make it all look really very exciting. So I wanted to do that, and then we had the idea of doing a companion piece of the moon as well to make it a really good set, and of course then you wanted to have a bigger Earth compared with the moon, so we did that. Then I had the idea of having a display board for them, with the moon actually being able to orbit the Earth. So we got Dad to make these absolutely stunning display boards. Now, just back to the original point, I'm going on a bit of a tangent here. The spike in the middle forms part of the display. So on the bottom of these, just a little bit of dust on there, on the bottom of these you'll notice there's a little hole, and that is where the board will sit. If you can find the hole on camera under pressure. There we go. So the board will sit on that spike, and then the board can rotate, which is fantastic because you can pop your planet Earth in the middle at the right angle, and then you can, if we just move everything else out of the way, you can have it rotating like it's the actual rotation of the Earth, which I think is pretty cool. But not only that, you can then put the moon on the side there, and we were doing this at home sort of during the R&D phase. When Dad was making them, he did an incredible job at this groove, which really works well, and you can see I'm hardly moving like angles with my hands here, and the moon is orbiting all on its own with the momentum and the weight of these pieces. You know, they really do slide very well, and there's hardly any surface contact with this groove. It's just those two edges of the groove that touch the moon, and I thought that was a really, really cool feature. But it's a bit difficult because if you've got it on the flat surface here, you know, you can't really pick it. If you pick it up, you might go too fast, and if you go too fast, it falls off, and that's not good. So I thought it would be a really cool idea to have something where it's elevated and you can sit it on that spike, and then you can, if you want, you can just press each corner and it will go around. Or, as I like to do, you can sort of hold it like it's one of those, you know, like those puzzle boards where you move the ball around in a maze. I like the idea that it's one of those, and you can just very easily and gently have that orbiting, which I think is a really, really cool feature. And I could just do that for days, I really could. So anyway, now that's one of the cool things about this set. It's interactive, and I'm really happy with the way that that whole sort of R&D process has worked out. But I do want to put in here the big thank you of the entire video to Dad. Now, all of these sets, you know, there's a lot of man hours and labour that have gone into these, and probably one of the biggest parts of this entire project in terms of man hours are these display boards, which are made out of really nice English oak that Dad has then stained black. We wanted to have a contrast with the black kind of night sky, and then we've glued in these little silver casting grains. So your entire set of the Earth and the Moon, they weigh approximately 17.3 to 17.4 ounces, but there's also about 5 grams of silver casting grain on each board. And I think that makes it really, really cool and really different. I think, you know, it looks great, especially when you're looking at it, you know, look at the whole picture, all of these 10 sets together. And I appreciate nobody out there is going to buy all 10 sets, but, you know, I think they look fantastic, and I really do like that. And especially when you've got the perfect light like we have this morning, with the light shining through the window, it's almost like it's the sun in the background casting those shadows across the board. And I'm really, really happy with the way they've turned out. To coin a phrase, I'm over the moon with how they've turned out. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section on these sets. I'm really proud of them. They really genuinely do represent a very large level of kind of proudness within my own creation. You know, being creative is one of the most important things in my life right now. I've been so long in this world with you know, boring jobs, just sitting there staring at the screen, staring at the clock, waiting to go home at the end of the day. So to be creative, to be, you know, expressive in what we want to do and what we want to create is really exciting, and it's something that we hold incredibly dear and important to us, and it's something that we're going to strive to continue to do across 2020, you know, going forward with Backyard Bullion hand poured silver and everything that we want to achieve with it. I think having diverse products, having cool products, having things which are different. You know, we've done some really very cool things, I think, with things like the Tetris sets, We've also done things with puzzle boards, and now of course we've got these earths and moons. You know, there's a whole host of different things that we like to do, and I think it's really important to remember those things. And just to give you a sneak peek on the next little thing that we're making, well, we've done one of these before, but we've had a customer commission another 50-piece set, and they've just come back from the Edinburgh Assay office. I've just done the tester to make sure everything fits within the frame, and now we just need to stamp and polish all of these pieces up. So, you know, doing things like this is really important to us, and it's, I think, the direction ultimately that we'll want to take with, you know, the Backyard Bullion brand in the long haul, because doing products like this is really fun, it's really cathartic, it's really fulfilling. But it also is a lot more manageable. You know, making 10 sets of these type of pieces is much, much better for me anyway, in terms of workload. It's not so much the amount of time that goes into it, but it's the amount of stress and energy that has to be put into creating like 200 bars or, you know, 100 different designs of different things. It's not so fulfilling because you're doing the same thing over and over again. I want to do lots of small mintages of exciting, cool, very interesting products. Basically, that's the direction ultimately that we want to take. That doesn't mean that we won't be doing some of the crowd favorites like just general bars and, you know, fun molds and things like that. But you know, for the really big flagship products, this is what we want to. This is the kind of thing that we want to achieve. Now, going into 2020, that leaves us with an interesting question and quandary about what will be our flagship product for 2020. I love this sort of space theme that we seem to be doing. We've got, of course, the planet Earth from last year, and now we've got the Earth and moons from this year, and it would be amazing to come up with another space-themed thing. And I have been thinking about things like solar systems, but of course, you know, if you're going to do a solar system to scale, you're either going to have, you know, planet Earths at this kind of size to make A, the sun a decent size, and B, Jupiter and things like that. And also that's going to be a really big and heavy set. Or do you do, I don't know, something else from space? I don't know. The problem with the other planets that I think about, and this is how my brain works, the Earth is obviously incredibly recognisable. Everybody knows what the Earth looks like. The moon, as you can see, the moon, we haven't necessarily gone for the exact kind of design of the same moon with the patterns because I didn't think they'd come up on the silver particularly well. So we've just gone for kind of a fairy tale moon with craters. But, you know, those are two quite recognisable objects in the night sky, whereas all the other planets, with the exception perhaps of Saturn with its rings, are not easily recognisable. Perhaps Jupiter with the big red spot, if you could manage to somehow get that on a piece of silver. But doing an entire solar system is essentially just going to be like 8 or 9 spheres of silver with 1 or 2 of them being recognisable, so not so easy to do. But we are keen to continue this kind of space theme. I love it, I really do love space, always have, and I don't know, your thoughts would be appreciated. A little bit of free R&D from the Backyard Bullion gang would be very much appreciated. So here we have 10 sets of these planet Earths and moons. As I said at the beginning of the video, 5 sets have already gone in pre-order. So there's 5 available at the time of filming. Link down in the description below. For the very best prices, email me. I'll flash it up here again, byb@backyardbullion.com, and we can do a banks transfer or a PayPal transaction without all of the nasty fees. As I said, we ship internationally, worldwide. There's still time to get these before Christmas. The international postage cut-off date is, I think, the 14th of December. So we've still got a week to go before that. For international customers, for UK, it's obviously up to around the 20th of December. So please feel free to get in touch. Even if you're not going to purchase one of these, because I appreciate they are expensive sets, I'd still love to know your thoughts and opinions on them. So please feel free to comment down below. I will read every comment and I'll reply to every comment that I can as well. So thank you one and all for watching. I really am very grateful for all of you guys in there, in the camera, for all of the help that you give, the support that you give. And I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, put a thumbs up on this and share it around on your social media. In fact, let's just do a quick pose for the camera. Let's do 2 thumbs ups for our thumbnail. There we go, that should do it. Thank you. I hope you have a brilliant week ahead. As always, thank you for watching, and please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.